Well, hey everyone, Rainy here with my dream boat project, and today we're having our boat building hangout live. So, uh, pretty much what I want to do is I'll go through the list in a moment. But if anyone joins in, I'd love to have you chat with me, ask questions, share your stories. But kind of this is going to be like an informal thing. So I guess you could say my informal format is going to be talking about things like, let's see, we'll chat about DIY boating in general. I'm going to speak a little bit about some of my latest updates, things we've been doing. And I want to talk to you about my biggest boat lesson learned throughout the years, and my winter plans, spring projects. And I have a guest with me today, probably one of the most knowledgeable people in about boats anywhere. So if you'd like to ask questions, if you have any questions, concerns, you want advice, brainstorming, leave it in the comments and we'll ask. I shouldn't say this person because it's actually an artificial intelligence. Been using them a lot with boating. Works great. So if you'd like to ask an AI questions about your boat building project and get the scoop, hey, he has the information of everything out there on the internet. So what better professional to ask? So with that, Beauty by Ralu, hello. So if anyone's watching, go ahead and let me know who you are, where you're from. I like to see who the furthest one away is. In fact, I have that comment right over here. Let's see if my comments work. It's been quite a while since I've done a live segment here. So we'll have to see if everything is working. Hopefully it'll stay working throughout the show. So that's pretty much about it. We're just going to hang out and chat. So I know we have a few people watching. Don't be afraid, okay? We're all just boaters. Let me know who you are. And Rick and Laurie, hello from Iroquois. Iroquois. I say that in French, right? Ontario, Canada. So, see, first, Ralu is going to be the furthest one away, but she's 20 feet away from me. So, so far, Rick, you guys beat. You're the furthest away. And I see we still have quite a few more people watching. So let me know who you are, where you're from, if you're building a boat, if you'd like to build a boat, and we'll chat about that kind of stuff. And let's see. So some of the first things I wanted to do is give you some updates, starting with my accident. I had a boating accident already with my Panga. I'm building a Panga 15 in the basement. And I already had a boating accident. It's not even in the water. So what happened was, I think I told you guys in one of my earlier videos, I have my boat upside down. I'm working on it in a very narrow garage, but I have it on my kayak trailer. And the kayak trailer has those little bars that extend out, even though I put foam things on them. It's so little space. Every time I walk around, quite often I bang my leg and it's just above the kneecap. And it's like, I've got black and blues there. Well, anyways, about a week ago, I was walking across. I had all kinds of tools in my hands. I was going outside to work on the trailer. I had ratchets and all the different little toys there. And I hit that thing so hard, I went flying over. I mean, literally flying. Ran into a bunch of equipment that was sitting on the ground, into my radial arm saw that came down on me. My tools went flying everywhere. It took me 20 minutes to find them afterwards. And believe me, when I hit the ground, I saw everything happen so fast. I was saying, I hope everything's working. So I moved each part of my body and I was able to get up like 10 minutes later. Anyway, I came upstairs. Well, actually, I finished my job outside, finished working on the trailer, came upstairs, told her, look what happened. She goes, you're taking that boat out. So she came down with me. We pushed the boat back outside, pushed it back on the lawn, covered it up for winter because it's just too ridiculous to work on it in that small space. So the Panga is now covered and winterized. So that's one of the first things that's been going on. And let's see, Rick and Laurie are working on their boat out in the back. Let's see, there was something else here. I'm building a submarine. Actually, he's building a big house. Would you call that a houseboat? cabin cruiser in his backyard. Huge thing, beautiful. And matter of fact, you can go on our site and look at some of the past videos where we chatted online in another hangout, and he has pictures, updated pictures of that. It's great. Looks like Raluca like that backyard submarine. That would be fun. Rick, you ought to build a submarine. I think that would be a great idea. Let's see. So other than that, the trailer, I've been working on a trailer. I think I also told you that I got a trailer, a used trailer with a aluminum boat on it and a motor. And I actually put new bunks. I use not new bunks, new bunk pads on the bunk. Got some of those, got that up there, and got most of the rusty parts sanded down and painted, and that's looking good. Let's see. And we're still in the process of looking for another house. Matter of fact, we just spoke to the realtor, and hopefully this week we're going to go see one. And if it comes, it's 2 hours away from here, more northeast. But I like the location. The location is really great. I'm about 5 miles from the ocean, big marina for launching and everything. 5 miles from the ocean, so I'd be able to get out there. And that's basically what's going on. And let me see. I'm trying to read. Down East style lobster boat, aka trawler. Lori says no. Says no to lobster. Oh, no. But anyway, my biggest lesson learned. I'm gonna talk about that, and then I'm gonna invite Rick and Lori on. Hope you get your camera, and we can chat also. But what's my biggest lesson learned from past builds? You know, I was sitting here just before I turned on, and I made a list of the boats that I built throughout my life. And it looks like I started building 8 boats. I never realized that. I built my first boat, gosh, when my kids were little. Now I have grandkids from them, but when my kids were little, I built a 10-foot John boat. And just for, going out fishing in the shallow places. And I remember I built it, and then I didn't have a trailer for it or anything, but I had a 1969 Opel Kadett, cherry red Opel Kadett. I mean, the thing was, you could make a U-turn right in the middle of the highway, and it was like a station wagon. Matter of fact, from what I remember, there was like 2 of them in the country. I actually spoke to the person from the other one to get a piece of a motor to fix this. So my John boat wouldn't fit in there. So what I did was, let's say this is a John boat, okay? I actually took a sliver right down the middle from front to back, cut out approximately, maybe about a foot or so, foot and a half from front to back. So it would just perfectly fit in the back of my Opel. And I kind of cut it so, the frame was going a little bit to the left and the floor in the middle and another frame to the right. So I was able to put it together, glue it, and seal it, and it worked great. What I do is I put it in the back of my Opel Kadett, and I would back up to the water with the door open, and I slam on the brakes just before I hit the water, and the boat would go flying right out with the water with the rope. So that was how I docked it, I guess, and get it out in the water. That was a fun thing. And as I was going through, I didn't realize I built that many. Again, when the kids were little, we were living on a 3rd-story apartment, and I tried building a lobster boat in our shed. And it ended up being so big, I had to stop building at kitty corner. Now, I knew nothing about boat building back then. I didn't have plans. I was just going to build a lobster boat. And we ended up moving, and there was no way I can get that thing out. So the lobster boat turned into a kitchen table that we had for a good 20 years later. Man, that thing was sturdy. But I had just started. I barely even had the frame started. So we built a lobster boat table. Hey, I'm up in here in Maine. I mean, we do weird things. Then I built a Eureka. Most of you have seen that on my website. A Eureka cross rigging sailing canoe. That was a Michael Storer design. Wonderful boat. I love that thing. We ended up selling it. And let's see, just to make a short story long, I made the list here. Started building a Quintana Panga, a Sea Strike 18, a Chesapeake Bay Dead Rise, my Panga Robalo Panga number 19 foot that I'm working on now, And actually, number 8 is a new one that I'm going to reveal shortly that we're going to start building. But some of these I finished, some of them didn't. One of them became a chicken coop. Uh, and what did I learn from all of these? I guess the easiest way to say it is the boat doesn't care. I was so picky. I'd be looking at plans and calling the builder and looking at plans. I mean, calling the designer. How about this? How about that? Oh, this isn't fitting and this isn't fitting. And I finally figured out, rather than calling them all the time, that they probably aren't going to have an answer anyway, that just do what you want. Just have fun with it. And that's what I'm doing now. If I don't know how to fix something, I just, well, what would be an easy way? What can I jury rig it with? What can I cut? Make little pieces of wood from the big pieces of wood and glue them all together. The boat doesn't care as long as it floats. And who taught me a really big lesson about this? I don't know if you guys ever heard of this site. I don't think they're even in business anymore, but Ficus and Everything was the name of them. It was a couple young kids from Slovenia, Russia, somewhere in one of those countries, not Russia, but one of them around there. And they had a site, they were actually very big, where they would just build anything out of nothing. And one week they must have built about 7 boats on their show, besides of houses and these little kingdoms and tree forts. But one of the boats was built out of bottles, plastic bottles. Another one was built out of bubble wrap. They built a saran wrap boat. That one didn't go too good. They had pedal boats, like bicycle boats that they put on barrels, like plastic barrels. The thing is, I'd look at it, oh, that's junk. Oh, look at the junk they're making that with. That's not going to work. But they got it on the water and they had fun with it. And here I am stressing over every little piece of wood and taking a couple years to do something I probably could have done in a year and got on the water. Matter of fact, one of you folks told me that, okay, it's great that you're doing this and that, but when are you going to get it on the water? Okay. So things are starting to speed up a little bit when it's warm enough to work on it, because that's what I get to is, when am I going to get it on the water? When am I going to have fun with it? So I guess if that's the biggest piece of advice I can give you, it's the boat don't care. So if you don't have the right kind of paint, what paint do you have? Everybody was telling me I need a 2-part epoxy and this and the hardener. And I just went out and got the $10 Petite paint, and put a few layers of that. The thing is, okay, if it chips, by then I'm going to be building another boat anyway. Get out and have fun with it. I'm sure the Ficus and Everything didn't worry about the marine type paint they were putting on their bubble wrap boat. Actually, they didn't put any paint on it, but they had a ball. They built a house with you go up and it had like a, what do you call that, porthole or whatever. They had one that looked like a submarine. They had all kinds of weird things that they built out of weird things, and they had fun. So let's just have fun with it. And with that, let's see, looking for something here. And hey, Rick, you guys got your camera set up? If you do, let me know and I'll send you a code so you can come in and join us. Have someone to chat with. It's a hangout, right? So let's see. And if there's anybody else there that wants to, here, I just put the code right on there. Click on that link. Come in, join me, and we can chat about basically boats in general, your boat, my boat, a boat you want to build. And like I said, if anyone has questions, matter of fact, I got a little thing over here. Let's see. Yeah, we have Chat GPT AI here today. So if you have any boat building questions or would like some tips, advice, answers, or brainstorming, let me know in the comments, and we're going to ask him or her or it live. And I'll show you how great this thing works. This new boat that I was building, I want to build a houseboat. And I've been going back and forth from a Garvey hull to a catamaran hull, and I sat here a whole night with the AI and just asked questions. And what about if I do this? What if I want to do this? Make it ocean worthy. Well, you have to add more clearance, and and he's telling me exactly what to do. And it was pretty interesting. It was like reading 100 books just in about in a short time, because he has that opportunity to scan everything, and you might be giving you information from somebody that builds boats in the Philippines. It might be somebody from California. It might be Rick's boat. Okay. Asking Rick. So Rick says, I'm all dirty and just came in from shop for lunch. Yeah. Nobody's going to be checking your fingernails, but okay. If you can't make it, fine. But anyways, so it's really fun to be able to talk with GPT. So if you have questions, just go ahead and let me know. We'll pop it in there and see what they can come up with. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Rick says, we can, I don't have to read it down there. I can actually put you up here. I forgot that. We can do a chat this winter when there's nothing to do. And that's kind of why, Rick, I started this is I got the boat packed up. I wanted to go down in the garage and work about 3 times this week, but it's like freezing out there. And even the heat is not keeping it warm enough. So this gives me something to do in the winter. And hopefully I can get you and some other folks to get up here and we can just chat about things, learn, share ideas, and, have fun, hang out. So that's great. Winter plans. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Are you ready? Let me get this down. There we go. My winter plans are, since I can't do anything on the Panga because it's not enough room in there and I'm going to break my leg and end up, with all kinds of cast, I decided I'm going to start building another boat, but not putting it all together, just building the frames for next year. I think I mentioned earlier, Raluca and I are looking for a new place to live. And one of the criteria is it needs to have a bigger garage or a barn or a space where I can build or enough land where I can put up one of those Stimson bow sheds. Remember, I started to make one last year until the town told me put it down. But I want to I could build a Stimson bow shed and build any size boat I want in there. So I want to have enough room to build several things. I'm going to finish the Panga in the spring so I can go fishing next year, and we'll be videotaping that, having fun with that, hopefully on the ocean. But we're looking at the ocean or even up north where there's no ocean, but a lot of lakes and rivers. So that's another criteria. We want to be within close access to water because I want to do a lot more with boats. This is just a hobby for me, but I'd like to see maybe it could take up more time and I can have more fun with it so I could leave my day job a little bit. So we want to build a houseboat. I've been speaking to Chat GPT about it. At first, I was going to make a catamaran, but I decided to go with a Garvey hull. And we decided to build it was kind of a hybrid, okay? It's the Haven 26. Is that what it is? I think, yeah, the Haven 26, which is a boat. I got the plans from Clark Craft. And Clark Craft, and there's another place in UK, I believe, that has the plans, but Clark Craft has the rights here in the United States. Nice boat. It's kind of like a V bottom, like not a deep V, but a modified V, so it's going to handle choppy water a lot better. But I don't like that it's an older boat. The plans are older, and they show how to build. Most of the frames are made with plywood and 1x3s, and combined. One frame might have 6 pieces of wood on it. So I want to build it differently. I'm going to build it like a Jeff Spira boat, which is all 2x4 frames, which is how I made my Panga. Seems to be a lot more sturdy. I'm not going to have all these extra additional braces throughout the boat. So I'll show you that as I get going along. But it's going to be a 26-foot boat, and it's going to have all the bells and whistles in there. And I'm hoping to be able to start, expanding on that and building when I get in a new place. But I figured throughout the winter, I'm going to start making some of the frames. And I think I showed you, actually, I put some pictures up on my Facebook page the other day of my new table that I built in the basement. I built a 9-foot by 4-foot table. So I have the plans down there and everything all unrolled, trying to get the roll. Is that how us Frenchmen say it? The roll out of it? Okay. I should have just folded it, but trying to get the roll out of it. And I'm going to start doing that. Matter of fact, we just ordered from Amazon because of the Black Friday deals. I just ordered some craft paper, a butcher paper, 4 foot tall by 100, 200 feet long, and some what's that stuff? Carbon paper. I think the graphite they call it or something, but so I can put underneath the plans and do the drawing, on a piece of paper. And I like to. I have full size plans, but I want to trace them so I can have them all separate on, a big the craft paper, and I roll those up and save them. So in the future, if I decide to build the same boat, I save myself a lot of time by having all the plans already drawn out. So that's what's going on with that. My winter plans is we're going to be doing, I call it a hybrid because it's not going to be just clock craft, but I'm taking the best parts of different things I like. And let's see, I want to see if I'm missing anything here. Okay. And I got a lot of wacky ideas I want to put in with it. Let me know what you guys think about this. If I had done a catamaran, one of the things I like about the catamaran is that you get that space between the hulls. And I was going to make a escape hatch, I guess you could say, door about, yay big by yay big. It changes when you go. That I can open up and actually fish from it while I'm driving. Now, how was I going to fish from it, you say? Glad you asked. I'm from Maine. What do we use up here a lot? An ice fishing trap. So I was going to have the big door and have a small round door in the middle of it that I could kind of pop off and set up an ice fishing trap. So just imagine that. Think about how fun that is. Here I am cruising at a slow speed, or just stopped and watching television, making lunch, and all of a sudden the flag goes bing, and we go flag. But instead of running across the ice, you just sit down in a comfortable chair, grab the trap, and pull in the fish. What do you think of that? Okay, what's this? I've got lots of space between my ears. You can put a fishing trap there. But anyway, that's interesting, Rick. Thank you for sharing that. Rick's like me, guys. He's not playing with a full deck either. Between the two of us, we have almost a full deck. Don't play poker with us. So anyways, that was one of the ideas I had was, and now I said, well, with the Sea Strike, I was going to do it with the Sea Strike, but something about cutting a hole in the floor of a V-bottom boat, I don't think that's going to be a good idea because the water's going to come in too. So I was thinking, well, on the side, I'm going to have a sliding door there on the side of where I'm driving. So I'll have a little platform that goes up and down, or maybe put it a little ahead of me so I can see it when I go out on the front porch there, and put a hole and put the ice fishing trap there. So as I'm driving or sitting there, I can see, boing, see that flag. It's a fluorescent orange flag. You'll see it from anywhere. Now, for those of you that have never ice fished, okay, I go ice fishing, and it's fun. The excitement is you have, let's say 5 or 10 traps, and they're spread out 50 feet apart. So you don't have to, the lake or the pond is covered with your traps. You can just barely see the last one. It's like this big. And all of a sudden you see that little dwing going up, fluorescent going back and forth. And everybody yells because usually you go with a group, you can't go ice fishing without bear. Because when you're cutting your ice with the ice auger and all these dangerous blades, you go, here, hold my bear. Famous last words. But anyways, everybody yells, flag, and we all run. It's a race to get there. People are slipping and falling. And then you get there, somebody falls in the slush, and you're all wet in the sub-zero degree temperature. It's a ball. You got to do it. Thus the beer. And you reel in your fish. So whenever somebody yells flag, I'm always jumping, So imagine having that in the boat. It would be kind of exciting. So that was one of my ideas. Let's see. What else? A bed. Okay, I know Rick's going through this right now, trying to figure out. I think you've already figured out where to put your beds and stuff. Most people have like a bench that opens up and a bed. Well, you probably haven't noticed, but I'm a big guy, okay? And when you have an 8-foot wide boat, it's hard to walk from front to back when you got a table coming this way and a bench coming this way and a sink and a refrigerator. So I'm not going to do it that way, okay? I'm going to have most of my things, my tables are going to be flip up on the side and flip down. But where can you put the bed? And I was thinking, if I can elevate, I almost said elevate, if I can elevate where the captain sits, okay, the helm. And instead of having a big, underneath, I don't want to sleep underneath this little cubby because I'm claustrophobic. I need to sleep in the big part. So what I was thinking of doing is having a space about this big underneath where I can have a bed on rollers. And if I don't have too much stuff around me, I could pull the bed out and close that little latch so you don't go flying in at night and sleep right there. But the problem is you can't do it if you have a permanent helm seat there. But how about if you elevate it about a foot? Then I could elevate the roof about a foot and have window behind me so I could see all the way around, even if I have walls behind me for the bathroom and the shower and all that. I was thinking I want to have visibility. Of course, you have the wall for the shower, and you can't see that good back there. But I saw some, I guess you could say cruisers, boats. Glenelg has some boats like that where the helm is, it's elevated about a foot, foot and a half, and the roof is, and there's window all the way around, so you could look out the back and you're looking over the roof of your boat and you can see really good. So I'm considering doing that, but like I said, I got plenty of time to figure that out. But these are just some of the thoughts that I want to do to make things a little different, to make them fun. Let's see, rollaway bed, ice fishing trap, bathroom idea. We're thinking about all these different toilets, where to put the poop. I saw this guy the other day, a video on YouTube. I think I even saved it. And he was talking about, he said, I'm going to review every portable toilet for boats. And I mean, this guy, he knew his shit. I mean, he had everything. Can I say that? That's my channel. Why not? He knew his stuff. How's that? He knew his stuff. And he went and started with the cassette toilets, and the ones that you crank, with the stuff down there, the coconut coir. I used to use that for planting, but I guess it's good for that too. And Reluca says you're going to need to bleep that. Oh, what the bleep? Anyway, showed that. He showed all different kinds. And then he showed one that I thought was pretty cool. So cool that I bought it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you this. You guys want to see a toilet? You didn't think you were going to come here and see a toilet today, huh? Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Let me see if I can take this, bring it down a little bit. Now, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. I'm not going to use it. No demonstrations. Okay. So it comes in this little nifty. Oops, put this down here. Comes in a little, that's what I like about it. It's nice, and this thing will hold 450 pounds. Oh, so it unzips. If it was any skinnier, you wouldn't see it. And it comes with instructions. Don't need to see that. Who needs instructions? Hold my beer. Okay, let's see. Are you ready? And this, by the way, is Ann Katie portable toilet. Ann Katie. Remember that. So we don't need the bag. It comes in two parts. Okay. And oops. Trash bags. So here's how it goes. Okay, now this here, I think this was designed to go over your head, and you could use it as a tray for eating also. But anyway, no. So let's put that this way. This one here, it comes actually three parts. There's another part. It looks like a trash can when you open it. Watch this accordion. Isn't that cool? Oh, it even has a place for your newspapers and Sports Illustrated. That's cool. So anyways, one part kind of goes down a little further than the other one. Okay. And the reason for that is because this fits in here. So let me go ahead and get it opened. And this is going to go in. You push it all the way down. And when you push it all the way down, see, it stays open. Can you see that? You know what this looks, being a big black box, I feel like I should reach in there and pull a rabbit out of my box. Okay, so then that's when this thing comes up. And this thing goes on just like this. And there you have it. And da, 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 da. And it's actually very sturdy. On the advertisement, what sold me was it was a large gentleman, okay, that actually stood on the thing. So it's very sturdy because these panels, there's actually metal sheets in them. They said. I haven't torn one apart yet to check, but they said it's metal sheets. Let's see, Rick. You need instructions. We take away your man card. It has instructions here. See? Ta-da! All I understand is I think the green check is do it, and that one is don't. So basically, don't sit in it like this. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to get real familiar with your stuff. Before you do this, okay, yeah. Plastic bag. I should have said that. You take the plastic bag and you put it in there. Let's get another one. Don't just put it in there. Put it in there and wrap it around and then goes that way, okay? That way, when you're done, okay, take it out and save it for your neighbor who has the dog that's always letting them dump on your yard. Okay. Just return the favor. So anyways, I think it's a really cool little toy, huh? And it was only like, what was it, Reluca? About $35 or something? Yeah. What's that? A Black Friday deal. It was like $35. I think normally it was like, what, $537? No, probably like 40 or 50. So, and it's lightweight. Look at that. So, but I like the thing. So we got this basically for the houseboat, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to take it with me in the Panga, especially if I go, with Reluca. And I figured you can get a poncho, put a poncho over your head, cover it over you and over the chair, and do your business. Huh? So what do you think, huh? I figured that's going to be a good enough one to get started. And if I decide to get one of those expensive, $1,000, polyurethane, I don't know, nuclear type toilets that make stuff and you can biodegradable and eat it tomorrow, one of those expensive ones, I'll use this for the visitors. So if you're coming fishing with me, that's what you have to look forward to. I'm going to have the nice one myself. Let me bring the cup there. Whew. So that's what's been going on. All the, I guess you can say that's the poop of it. And, well, I'm still just on winter plans, huh? Let's see. Yeah. Bathroom. Okay, so what I was getting at before was winter plans. What we're going to be doing throughout the winter. Hangouts like this, if you like them, if you like to join in. I kind of enjoy doing these, and hopefully, I didn't really advertise this one that much, so maybe we can get people to come in and share some of their ideas of their favorite toilets and things, their ideas on what they're doing with their boats. Other things I want to do this winter is we just went through Hamilton Marine last week, a really nice boat store, and did a review of it, kind of showed the kind of things we had. And matter of fact, we even heard from them. They even wrote to me and thanked me, and they're sending me a hat. Very nice folks. And so I'd like to do, I guess you could say, walkthroughs with other places like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to look to see what kind of boat shows are coming up. I understand, I think February and March, they have a couple different boat shows and boat building shows, and I'd like to go to those and maybe get to speak to some people about electric motors and different kind of things, and see if we can set up some interviews with them so you folks can ask questions. Let me know if there's things you'd like to see or like to talk to some pros about, and when I go to these boat shows, I'll see if I can grab them. And matter of fact, if I can grab them and you have a lot of questions, we can get you online live too. So you and I could really pick on the person no, I shouldn't say that. They're probably not going to want to come. We can speak to the people and have fun with them, answer our questions. And so those are the kind of things I'm thinking of doing. I wanted to go to salvage yard this weekend, Matt, and we went to this one salvage yard that had all kinds of boat salvage yard that had all kinds of really cool things. Those steering wheels with the things coming out, paste coming out, and all that kind of stuff. But I guess the lady's pretty sick, and I think she's closing down. So that's the only one here in Portland area. But we'll probably go to other areas as well. And that's it for my winter plans. Now, I do have spring plans and a lot of other things, but guess what? I'm getting tired of talking. So we'll talk about that in another hangout. So that's what I got for you. Nobody came on with any questions about Chat GPT, huh? That's too bad because I had him right here. And matter of fact, I'll give you a quick review of how he works, just to show you how fun this is. And I don't like to type a lot. So usually you would type in your message right over here and he'll answer you and pretty fast. I mean, I've written books with him. I've built courses with him. I use Chat GPT every single day. I have the paid version, but you can get a free version that I use for over a year before I finally get the paid version. And matter of fact, this picture here and the picture that you saw on my thumbnail and a lot of my thumbnails are created by Chat GPT. I tell him what I want. I say, hey, build me like this one here. I says, can you build me a nice picture of a workshop, boat workshop with Boatbuilding Hangout in it? And he says, sure. Within 30 seconds, I had this picture. So I think it's kind of cool. So let's see. What's a question we should ask it? Anybody got a question? Let's see. How about if you're brand new to DIY boat building, what are the steps you should do to get started? So let's go ahead and ask them. I'm going to put my cursor there. I'd like to ask you, if you're brand new to boat building, what are the basic steps that you should consider or do to start your own boat building project? Yeah, so there's the question. I probably should have put in a question mark. Okay, if you're anywhere near close, sometimes I use the Dragon speaking program and it says things wrong and all that, but he can figure it out. And then I just hit enter, and let's see what he comes up with. Here's the question I asked him right there. And here's some basic steps for starting your own boat building projects. Ooh. As a beginner, decide on your boat. Choose a simple design that fits your needs and skill levels, such as dinghy or canoe. Set on a budget. Estimate the cost for your tools, materials, and workspace. Gather tools and supplies. Start with basic tools like saw, drill, and measuring tape, and get the necessary materials like wood or fiberglass. Oops. Uh-oh. I have so many things going on my computer that it looks like it froze. It just unfroze. Good. I get way too many things going on. Let's see. Where was I? Secure a workspace. Find suitable location with enough space and ventilation. Study your plans. Review the boat plans that you got thoroughly to understand the steps involved. Number 6, learn key skills. Practice essential techniques like cutting, sanding, and assembly before starting. I'm looking over there because I have 2 screens and I can't put it all on one screen. Build step by step. Follow the plans carefully, focusing on one section at a time. Ensure safety. Use protective gear and handle tools properly. I should have learned that before I've done what I did so far. And 9, document your work. Keep a record of your progress to stay motivated and share it with others. You know, that's a great idea because that's why I do these videos. I like to document my build so people can see what's going on. So that's kind of how Chat GPT works. I love the guy. I mean, he's really, where Lucas said, you guys are way too close. Sometimes it's really weird, the questions he asks me back. So we have a lot of fun. Let's see. Rick says, I don't need Chat GPT. I just have to ask Lori. Ah, I tell you, Rick, you don't need to Google either. Instead of Google it, you lorry it, right? What was it? I saw a meme this morning. It says, "I don't need Google. My wife knows everything already." Lori, I mean that very nicely. Okay. Okay. So that's Chat GPT. I want to thank Rick and Lori for visiting and Raluca. And I hope you guys enjoyed this hangout. If you'd like to see more of these, I'm thinking of doing them every once in a while. Let me know. Matter of fact, I can invite some people in advance so we know that they're coming. Was going to invite a few people today, but Raluca said just get on there and try it to see how it works out. With the Chat GPT and Dragon speaking, I really thought all of this would bog up like it did for a second and I'd lose it all. But no, it seemed to work well. So if you'd like to see something like this, if you'd like me to have themes on different things, let me know. I can ask Chat GPT and we can just do a question and answer segment. But that's where I'm at. I'm enjoying doing it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.